Hey guys, it's Adrienne. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be doing today's video because this is something like super important to me, something that I went through and want to share with you guys and think is important, and I feel like a lot of people will relate to this, which is one of the biggest reasons that I want to make it. As you can probably tell, I'm wearing my college hat, my Clemson hat. So this video is about college, and it is about my experience going out of state for college. So more than just going out of state, I went very, very far away from home. So from Clemson to where I live is about a 9 or 10 hour drive, which I know some people go a lot further, and some people are like, holy crap, that's really far. To me, it is a long way away because I can drive home, but it's like an event to drive home. It's not casual at all. And usually I would just get a plane ticket, like when I didn't have a car. It's like a far enough distance where you're not home anymore. Like, this is serious. This is growing up. But I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about my experience going out of state, because I think that a lot of people do go out of state for college, and it's honestly one of the best decisions I've ever made, and I think it's so awesome to do if you have the opportunity and if you really like and feel like you should be at a school that is not in your state. So I love the schools in my state. I love a lot of the schools I visited, but where I felt like my heart belonged was Clemson, and I was right. I mean, I love it. So I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about just going out of state for school. So if you can't relate to this, you can skip it. If you still want to listen to me ramble, you're awesome and I love you. But that is what I'm talking about today. If you want me to make a college advice video or anything to do with college like that, like other things, how I chose a school or anything like that, just tell me. Like, literally tell me. I'll make any type of college video. I really like to make college content. I think it's relatable, and obviously I'm going through it, so what else am I going to talk to you guys about? I really like to do that, so just let me know and I'll make any type of college video. So let's go ahead and get started. This intro's already been really long, I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm excited to talk to you guys about my experience. So the first thing that I want to talk to you guys about is friends, people. That to me, I mean, it's not the biggest thing, I know, when choosing college or when thinking about college, but when you're going somewhere where you don't know anyone, which usually happens when you go far away out of state, or maybe one or two people, but it's not like you know a ton of people and you know of a ton of people and whatever. When you do that, it's hard. It's harder to make friends, and it's harder to get acclimated to the campus because you don't have anyone there kind of as a mentor guiding you, unless you already know someone. If you do know someone and you do have a mentor, that is even better. You're super lucky. Take advantage of that. But I didn't. So I kind of want to talk about what to do if you don't have a person going into college far away. And to me, the most important thing was getting involved right away. There's a lot of ways to do that, but the way that I chose to do it was to join a sorority, mostly because at Clemson, sororities and Greek life in general is very big, and I knew my whole life I wanted to join a sorority, so it wasn't this huge surprise, I'm not a sorority girl, that's what I wanted to do. So that was my decision, and it fit me. But everyone has something different, so choose what you think fits you and where you think you can meet the people that you are going to want to be friends with long term. Getting involved with that right away is important because friendships are formed, right away. Even if they're not your friends that are your long term college besties, whatever, those friendships lead you to other friendships. So don't write someone off just because you think, well, I don't really see myself being friends with them long term, or they're not really my type of person. Everyone's your type of person right now because you don't know a lot of people. So you want to keep your options open. You really want to just engage in whatever you can, And that to me was like a huge important thing that I didn't necessarily do as much as I wish that I would have. I still did it, but I wish that I would have been a little more putting myself out there at first, because I think it would have been more helpful. Another thing about people that I want to mention is that you are probably, maybe, definitely going to feel left out from the people that know each other because they went to high school together and their best friends are friends or something like that. That is going to happen. I mean, if you went to school in state, you'd be the same way. It's nothing, there's no crime in it, nothing's wrong with it. It's just that you probably maybe won't have that as much. Oh my gosh. Dang, it's really stormy. You want to be sure that you recognize that that's what's going on, and it's not like about you. It's not like something personal, like, oh my god, they're leaving me out, or oh my god, this and this. It's just that they have that connection, and that's totally fine. Like, don't stress about that connection because it's just something that they have, and you may have a connection with someone else, you know? This also paves the way for you to bond with other people from your state or even your region. I mean, people at Clemson who are from like New Jersey and New York bond so much. They're not from the same state, they're not from the same town or neighborhood, they didn't go to the same high school, but they bond because they share similarities of where they're from. Anyone from the Midwest, which is where I'm from, I'm like, heck yeah, like I love to see it, like, you know, because it's like a similarity and you don't necessarily always get that. Wow, thunder is really killing my video vibe today. Anyway, this will though force you to branch out from people that you would normally hang out with. And I think that's important because I think that in college it's a great time to figure out who you are. So if you're hanging out with the same exact people or the same type of people you did in high school, maybe you already know who you are, and that's great, but I think that if you branch out, you might discover parts of yourself that you didn't really know were even there, and it might lead you to be happier than you were and to meet better friends than you've ever had in your life. And I just think that it's important to open yourself up to opportunities, especially going out of state, because I mean, this is a huge new opportunity, so take it and run with it. Like, seriously, do everything you can. Another really important thing is to not compare your college experience to anyone, to someone else going out of state, someone else at your same school, friends back home who are going to a school close by home. Literally just don't compare your college experience, because for some people it's slow to start and it gets amazing, and other people it's really quick to start and then it falls apart, or it stays awesome the whole time, or it's up and down. I mean, like, seriously, it's the same thing as life. Just don't compare, because there's always going to be somebody that has a better experience than you in different case scenarios, and I mean, that's life. So you got to make the best of what you're in, and I think that is what a lot of what you learned from going to school so far away, is that hardships do come with that, and it helps you to grow up really fast. That's a good thing, and it's also a bad thing, because, you know, you can't go home on the weekends, which I think you shouldn't do anyway in college, because I think that if you go home on the weekends, you may go back into your old ways and not really be acclimating to your new life, which, by the way, is your life now, you know, so you want to, like, embrace it and try to make the best of it. But you literally don't have that option to go home if you're sick, if anything happens, if you're sad, if you're exhausted, if you miss your family. You just don't have the option as much, so it does make things a little bit harder. And you do grow up faster. And coming with that is being financially responsible. So a big thing that I did, if you're a high schooler watching this, or if you're going into college like soon, whatever, save your money. Like, please save your money. Literally, there's nothing that you need right now in high school that is more important than saving your money for college, because when you get to college, two things are going to happen. One, you are going to have a ton of expenses, and two, you're going to spend all your money on stuff that is not your expenses. Nothing that you have in high school, literally nothing, is like as important. I promise. Like, when you get to college and you have a ton of money saved up and you can spend it on all of the things that you need and more, and have money left over for, like, eating out and doing things with friends, which you need to be doing to, you know, like, get used to school, you're gonna thank yourself, because it's gonna be so much easier for you. Being broke and doing that college transition is like so not ideal. So just don't do it to yourself. Just save money now and save money like crazy the summer before you go. And you know, you don't want to get a job when you first get to college if you don't absolutely have to. So put yourself in the position where you can be financially responsible for yourself for a semester while you get used to all of the things going on at school. Okay, one thing I wanted to touch on is like bringing things when you go out of school far away. I brought way too much stuff, and we brought like a U-Haul and everything like that, and I mean, you probably are gonna have to do that, but you could probably avoid bringing as much as me because I way overdid it. IKEA ships, so utilize that. Buy things there, and don't bring a ton because honestly, is it worth it to like pay all this money for a storage place and pay all of this money to get, you know, a way to get the stuff down or ship it or whatever? Like, it's not really worth it. Try to just do your best to not bring as much stuff. Since you're far away, I know it's inconvenient, it's annoying, work with what you have. Okay, the last thing, and obviously the most important thing I wanted to touch on, is school. So school is going to be really hard. If it's not, you're lucky, you know, you're lucky, count your blessings. But school is going to be really hard and you should focus on it. And you shouldn't mess around first semester. But I have another like feeling and like side to this, and it's that you should mess around a little bit first semester, because even though everyone tells you not to, you shouldn't be in the library all day every day if you don't know anyone. Because when you are ready to go to parties, when your schoolwork isn't as hard or things like that, you're not gonna have anyone to go with, and you're not gonna know people there. And you know, school is the most important and the reason that you go to school, but to stay mentally sane and to help you push through that, you're going to want some friends and some study buddies and some people that you can let loose with and hang out on the weekends and forget about school with for a little while, so you can dive back into it with a fresh mind the next week. So making sure that you meet those people early on is just, it's really important. Balance your time in the library and at parties. Prioritize things like meeting people, having friends, and then studying. Like, don't take on a million other things. You don't need to do that. You just really need to do the bare minimum first semester with like other activities, meaning like not school or friends, because those two things are the most important, and once they're figured out and once those are stable, you can take on more. But freshman year is just one of those times where you really got to give up some things to gain a lot. So all in all, my experience going out of state, I know I said I was going to talk about my experience and I like touched on it here and there, but my experience was incredible. It wasn't always incredible. Hear me out. First semester, freshman year, was really fun, but really tough. School was really tough. Making friends was tough. I didn't know many people, and honestly, I would not change that. I would not change it now. I'm so proud of myself for just paving my own way in a new environment, because it's something that I'd always dreamed of doing, is going to school far away and making it on my own and doing it for myself. And I mean, I'm just proud of myself for doing that. So I wouldn't have wanted it any other way, and along the way I bonded and met the most amazing friends. I met my boyfriend at school. I have had so many experiences that I would never change. I mean, seriously, they're so great. So as much as it was hard at first, it's worth it. It's more than worth it. I feel accomplished and I feel happy and I feel in love with my school, and it's a great feeling, it really is. If you're thinking about going to school out of state and you have the opportunity, I encourage you to take it, because I think that it helps you learn a lot, and I think that it's important to do things that push you outside your comfort zone. And if this is something you want but you're scared, push through the fear. Fear is nothing. just push through it. Like, it's gonna be great, I promise. And that is all that I have to say on this topic. I'm so happy I got to share this with you guys. I really hope this inspires you guys to push through your college experience wherever you are, making the most out of it as you go, and really just trying your hardest and, you know, being your best self while you're in college, because college is such a cool experience to have, and it can really be the most amazing experience ever if you want to make it that way. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Give this a thumbs up if you loved it, if you're in college, if you can relate, whatever. Let me know in the comments. And subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!